Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. In today's video, I'm going to show you how to change a tire on your Lexus RX350. This is a 2023. It has a flat here in the back. It's got a nail in it or something like that. Now these vehicles got 4 jacking points, 2 on each side, 1 in the rear, 1 in the front. So first thing I want to show you is the jacking point, because you're probably curious of where that's at. So our flat being in the back, we're going to come here under the vehicle and you're going to see this pinch weld right here that runs underneath the rocker panel. Rocker panel is like the bottom side of your vehicle. They call it the rocker panel. Up in here you got this pinch weld, and where those little divots are at, right there, that's where your jack's going to go. It's going to land right into that, and I'll show you that in just a minute, but I like to show people the jacking point right off of the bat because they're always curious of where they want to put that at. And here in the front would be the same thing. Just come under here and find the little pinch weld right there, that little jacking point. The jack will land right onto that, the bottom platform of it. But I just wanted to show you guys that. The second thing we want to do is we want to set our emergency brake, which is the P button here in the middle. Just pull that and you'll hear it come on, and then you'll also see up here on the dash it says park, and that's going to make sure that your jack doesn't or your vehicle doesn't fall off of the jack, because these factory jacks are pretty dangerous. Alright, now we're going to come to the back, open this up, going to make sure it doesn't hit this garage up here, right there, and just pull our carpet back and lift our flooring up here in the back. Back here we'll find our factory jack, so we can go ahead and get this out. This is a factory scissor jack, and this would be the bottom of the jack, and this would be the top of the jack. This is going to hit the bottom of your vehicle, and this is going to slide into that little pinch weld of metal I showed you a minute ago, and then this is the base that goes on the ground, and this is the crank, and it faces outward instead of inward. So you just kind of open it up like this and start it by hand, and then we'll get it lined up in here like so, just by cranking it with our hand instead of the tool that they give us. And then we'll come under here and we'll make sure we line it up perfect with those little dips I was showing you right there. You can see those little dips. That's what we want to get right in between those. Make sure the jack lands perfect. Alright, so that one is in there perfect, how it should be on the pinch weld. And we just get our tension, and then once we get our tension, we're good and we can go get the rest of the stuff out of the car. Alright, so next we're going to need the factory lug wrench, which is right here, and the crank for the jack. So one of these two things right here, we're gonna grab those out. And so this being our lug wrench, this is gonna fit onto the lug nuts right there, and that's gonna take off of all of our lugs. So we'll set that on there, and then being careful with our foot, we'll just take our foot and step on it, hold this with our hand, and that gives us enough strength to break them loose, even if we're not a big strong guy and we're just, you know, maybe injured or somebody that's not very strong. But there you go, like that. Just kind of crank them lefty loosey with your hand and step on it like so. Alright, and then just break all those loose, and then you'll be able to jack it up off of the ground. Alright, so next we want to take our little crank tool here, and we'll put the little loop side into the hole like so, and then we'll take our lug wrench and fit it over the other end over here like so. Alright, so next we want to get our spare out, so we're going to unscrew this little plastic thing here in the middle, get that thing all unscrewed. It's in there pretty good, so it takes a good minute to get it unscrewed, and then just pull your spare out, set that here. We'll go ahead and shut this so that way when we jack it up, it doesn't go into the garage. And now we can start cranking this thing up. Okay, so once you get the wheel off the ground, you can go ahead and take the rest of your lug nuts and spin those off with the lug tool like so. And that is your lug stud. That's what holds the wheel onto the vehicle. Okay, now you got your lug studs off. Just pull your wheel off of the hub there. You can roll that out of your way. And we see here we got a screw. That's what did us in. So it's in the middle, so it can be plugged anywhere from here to here can be plugged. Just can't be plugged from here in and from here out. So, you know. So now we just take our donut, our spare, roll it in here, and set it up onto the center hub. We'll set it right on this ledge, this hub hole right here, and then we'll line up the holes from the wheel and the hub. Alright, so you just want to get your holes lined up and centered the best that you can, like so. And then you can take these lug studs and you want to screw them in by hand. And they just go righty-tighty, you know. Turn it to the right means it's gonna be tightened. Turn it to the left and it's gonna be loosened. And you wanna tighten these in a cross pattern. I do them all by hand at first and then tighten it with the lug wrench, but you wanna tighten it with a cross pattern, starting here, you know, and then going across and then across. You can start anywhere you want, but it's gotta be, you gotta go across, you know, after that. So we'll go here, and then we'll go across, and we'll go here, we'll go here, go here, tighten it like that. Okay, so once you have them all tightened by hand, you can go ahead and crank this jack back down and lower the vehicle down to the ground. Okay, now that you got the vehicle down on the ground, you want to go ahead and tighten it one last time. And this time you're probably going to want to use your feet just to make sure you get it tight enough. Good enough tool to do it with your foot. Alright, so this thing's not really built for stepping on it with your foot, so just be a little careful and hold the corner there if you have to. But there you go, you got it nice and tight and it's back on the ground, good to go. Alright guys, it's like 180 degrees down here in Florida, so I hope you enjoyed that video. I hope it helped you out. That's how to change a tire on your Lexus RX350.